All right. Should be up and running here now on both platforms. Been closed for just a couple minutes now. So we'll take a look at closing price on the Qs and SPY and look at today's plays. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for March 15th, 2022. Qs up 3.1%, SPY up 2.1. So impressive rally today. Okay, coming into this week, bearish on the Qs and SPY. Yesterday got follow through to that bearish bias, retested the lows on the SPY. Qs actually broke it by a little bit. And then we got this little bit of a gap up today and a move up. Now, for this morning, what we're looking for is what is the reaction going to be at the hourly declining 20? Are we going to get a sell setup? Are we going to make it all the way there? All right, kind of just see what we get. Now, what we did get is a sell setup that didn't follow through. Sell setup got negated. Sell setup failed. Okay, so what does that mean? Hourly downtrend has temporarily broken. Okay, so going into tomorrow, neutral bias. Downtrend is breaking. Okay, and we're going neutral into tomorrow into FOMC, not because it is FOMC, but because the chart itself, the hourly, and even more so on the SPY than the Qs, the SPY has gone into this more sloppier sideways pattern. Okay. So Qs and SPY neutral for tomorrow. Okay. Hourly, temporarily sideways now. Now the daily still staying weak. And the monthly and weekly still have support there and look like they have potential to hold that support. So it's really been trying to find alignment among the three. There have been times where the hourly was bullish in an uptrend, and we coincide that with the weekly, monthly bullishness. As of late, the most recent bias, as the SPY was continuing this downtrend right on the hourly, going into the end of the week, right? We had that hourly downtrend. Okay, that lines up with the daily, and that's why we were bearish. And we saw a little bit more follow through to the downside as far as the Qs. Today, though, now hourly bucking that trend, so we are back to the time frame, the lack of time frame alignment that we've seen a couple times already just in the last couple of weeks. So choppy stuff. So for tomorrow, with the hourly no longer trending, we are back to neutral. Okay, let's go over the plays from today. One of the best gaps today, EVLV. Nice play and management from James here. Nice little break on this. I like this tight base. Went for it just as a scalp. Got it a little bit early. And that was nice. But if you played it as a chart play, you know, pretty nice downtrend throughout the day as well on the EVLV. Here is the gap. Okay, very, very nice. Okay, a little bit like this, I think it was what, ANIP? A little bit like the ANIP, but the ANIP ended up being very spready. So I did not play this today, although did have some good follow through. And then CLSD, which ironically played on Friday, okay, and couldn't get this thing to go. Worked a little bit in the afternoon on this CLSD. And got that nice kind of pop out of the base there, but then didn't make much on it because it kind of closed up a small amount. And then today was kind of interesting because this CLSD played it as a buy setup. Over. It was 240. Okay, 240 by, I think I gave it to 227. Okay, so there. Okay, so the interesting thing that happened on this is that, okay, it looked like it was good at first, and then it started to struggle a little bit. Twice, it came a penny from either this time, it came a penny from stopping out, and then it also came a penny from trailing on the hourly, so I actually gave it a little. I gave it to 33 on this trail here. Went to 34, and then ended up closing here. Some at 55 and some at 57, and then the last bit at the end of the day, so 49. Actually, just closed it shortly after close. I wanted to see if this was going to get any kind of move in the after hours, and it didn't move at all. So I just offered out to get out of it in the extended hours. Because I wasn't planning on holding it into tomorrow. I just wanted to see if there was going to be, because it was getting a nice move up into the end of the day. So I just wanted to see if there was a second leg to that or not. Probably could tell the fact that it kind of dropped this way, that it probably wasn't going to, but I wanted to see anyway. So a quarter of that came out in the after hours just before coming on. So, sometimes it happens. I mean, where you get in a play, you get triggered by a penny and it doesn't work, or you get stopped out or trailed out to the penny and it doesn't work. And other times, you get saved by a penny. This, just because it had 2 cent spread at times, I gave it the extra penny to 33, and because of that, the difference between a winning play and a losing play, I think this max was about an hour and a half or something like that. And even if it had trailed at 33 or 34, fine, would have lost less than half an hour. And then if you want to replay, you could replay, although I don't think it looked that good to replay. Right. Yeah, it didn't look that great to replay right there. You would have had to replay, got shaken out there and replay right there, which doesn't look that good. So I think the point really I'm trying to make here is that as much as whenever we get trailed out to the penny, we feel like, someone's hunting our orders, or we're just unlucky, or the market hates us, or whatever. It goes both ways. And in this instance, it's easy also to think, well, I knew there was 2 cent spread, which is why I put the order at 33. And that's just me, being a savvy trader or whatever. We give ourselves credit for this. And then when we get trailed out to the penny, another situation that it doesn't work out in our favor, it's because the market is evil. So, I just kind of, that happened twice on this one. It just happens time to time. I just want to kind of point that out, that really the market just doesn't care about us. The market just is. The market just does. And, this isn't meaning that today I'm extra lucky or anything. It's just happened that way, right? And so this is one of those instances. Not a huge play, but, sometimes, yeah, it's just a penny difference between a winning play and a losing play, whether you get trailed out or not. Okay. So yeah, those were the 2 plays. I mentioned the CLSD a couple times. It was interesting because I mentioned it in the morning, and then and while I was on the mic in the afternoon, as a 15-minute buy setup was actually the exact same numbers. It was like 40 by 30, or 40 by 26 again, 27. It was like the exact same play did here, and then the exact same numbers again. So, the intraday was fine. I never thought it was amazing on the intraday. It was more just how much of this daily are going to continue, right? So I like that daily, like that setup, like that potential, right, on the CLSD. So that was the idea. All right. That's going to do it for today's market wrap. Hope you did well today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We do have FOMC, and because the hourly trend is a little bit trendless now, we're going to be neutral. I think that's a fine place to be going into tomorrow's rate decision. Okay? Have a good evening, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.